Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Blackbird. I'm here today with Beth Mann, who is the president of FLOC. So thank you, Beth, very much for being with us today.
Oh, thanks, Tara, for what you're doing.
Of
very
course.
exciting, very exciting.
Thank you. So what is FLOC? What does FLOC do?
Okay, FLOC is an acronym for Love of Children. And we work with about 6,000 kids in the greater Dayton area who are neglected or abused, in foster care, or in need of community resource. I've been here for, I think it's 11 years now. I have learned so much about the need that is in the greater Dayton area. You have no idea until you kind of open that door and you learn so much about what you can do, how easy it is to do it.
Can you tell me about some of the more regular programs, the
Sure.
things you kind of do consistently with FLOC?
Sure. One of the programs that we're actually taking care of on Thursday is called Blessings in a Bag. Created by a very dear friend of mine, you know who you are, who really felt a longing to feed children. So I guess it was 2 years ago, I had a teacher come to me for academic supplies. And we have lots of academic supplies, so I was happy to be able to help. She came in and she said, you know, she's crying. And I said, well, what's going on? And she said, I've had the worst day. It was the first day back at school. And one of the students had come up to her, or she said to all the buses coming in, she said, what did you miss most about the summer? What did you miss? And everybody's like, oh, I miss the kids. I missed, being in the classroom, blah. And one little boy stood back and he just tapped her and he said, I missed eating. And she's telling me the story and I'm like, well, okay, so Blessings in a Bag was born. You know, I knew that this was a passion for my friend. I knew this would be the perfect marriage. Within the next week, that little boy had 5 blessings in a bag in his book bag.
So it sounds like a lot of the programs that we've kind of previously discussed and just some of the examples you've given has really been you kind of reacting to information that you've been receiving.
Oh, very much, and all of us. I mean, the board, the volunteers, we all get input on a daily basis of like our Duffle Bag program, you know, that was very much started because we were told as a board that one of the young ladies we were working with at that point, it was 10 years ago, was making a transition of being taken from her home, which again, you don't know when that's going to happen. Kids being removed from their homes don't know that their situations are anything but what home is. That's what they know, right? Yeah. So to have that moment where you have 5 minutes to gather your things, and this one young lady said, and I was given a trash bag, and our board was like, you know, you don't make a transition into whatever new life with a trash bag. So now that's our Comfort a Child program. That's the Duffle Bag that goes out with every caseworker at Montgomery County Services. The fact that you can just make that kind of difference is, you know, it's so easy to recognize, and it's so easy to fulfill.
Well, kind of changing direction a little bit, I wanted to ask you about, as I do many of the guests that are on this, tell me about a time in your life where you faced, either with FLOC or just personally, doubt, overcoming an obstacle that you just weren't sure of.
Okay, one thing I can tell you is it is the most incredibly rewarding thing to find your passion. And whoever you are out there, do it today. I mean, seriously, it is just a thing of honing in on what you're interested in, what are your skill sets, what motivates you. And once you dip into that, you become on fire. It is just, it's a really, really incredible thing to wake up knowing you are making a difference and you can see it and you know it on a minute-by-minute basis. I think one of the things that can be really difficult is that once you get really invested in what you're doing, it kind of explodes. I mean, FLOC is kind of like happily, beautifully, wonderfully exploded. And there were times where I was thinking, I could put 500 hours into a day and not touch on so many different people. I really, it's so much. And I'm like 5'2" and 90 pounds, you know, so, you know, what I learned along the way was really delegating is a really good thing. It's a great thing. And not only can I delegate, but I have phenomenal people that are really excited about what we're doing. You know who you are. Again, I can't use any names because there's so many of you. It's very fulfilling for other people to step up to the plate, you know, and just say, yeah, I got this, I can do this. And, you know, I think once you get to that level, and it's a really great level, it really is, to understand that you're not only successful in where you're trying to go, you can see the positive changes, you know that you need additional support. It's right there. And you just create kind of new levels. So I got to tell you, the volunteering aspect of what we're doing at FLOC, this is us. Hello, come join us. 223-3562. Or our website. I'm just going right to it.
Go for it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
FLOCDayton.org. We need your help. And I'm going to tell you the difference between us and other organizations, I think, one of the main differences is we're 100% volunteer-based. There's no paid staff. So everything that comes to us goes directly to the children that we serve. And instead of putting a check on the table and just going, here you go, you know, play with that, I invite the person who's writing the check to figure out where they want it to go to meet the child that they're helping. That happens on an ongoing basis. So, like the young man who needed the bike and his mother, they're going to meet the people who made that donation on Thursday of this week.
Wow.
That's so much a pay it forward thing. I think it's really important when you're working with nonprofits and with charities that people actually get to see that smile. I think that's really important. It's so inspiring.
If somebody's watching today that maybe has a good idea but doesn't know how to implement it or is afraid to even try, what would your advice be to them?
Okay. First of all, I'm going to tell you, you can create anything you put your mind to. And especially with the resources that Dayton has to offer with this and in this region of the country, there are so many people who are going to be your best cheerleader. The person who's got to get their ideas down on paper and in action is you. And if you've got things in your head that you're thinking, I could do this or that or the other thing, I'm going to tell you, not only can you absolutely do that, you will have a bleacher of cheerleaders behind you, and then that will grow to more bleachers, and then all of a sudden you're just going to have a stadium of people just going, oh, thank you for what you're doing. Find that passion, find it, figure it out, and get on it now.
Thank you, Beth. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.